as a shepherd should.
Mowing them down.
But he caused the strong east wind all that night. When we're sitting there looking at how am I going to get through this? How am I going to pay this? How am I going to do this? This is wrong. That is wrong. All is wrong. In the night, when it's so dark and gloomy, when everything just seems hopeless, you look around and you just see darkness. I turn this way and it's just dark. But all through the night, Jesus Christ is walking in front of us, causing the strong wind to go back and giving us a pathway to heaven.
All right, come on.
And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left hand. Notice these walls.
Right.
Notice the walls, right? I'm not going to hit this one. I've had problems with this one before.
Yeah.
Notice the walls. Yeah, I know something fell last time I had those up here. Notice these walls, right? We're all inside these walls. Whoever's not inside these walls are outside these walls.
All right.
Right? Notice a wall. I don't care where you put it, how you put it. It's a wall.
Right.
It's designed to keep something in,
Uh-huh.
and it's also designed to keep someone out.
Okay.
This wall represents protection.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's talking about. Notice what he says. Read it with me, y'all. Read it with me. He says, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. The protection,
Yes, sir.
All right.
the waters, the trouble, everything that was in front of me. Jesus Christ came in and divided it. He split it up. Protection on this side, protection on that side, and protection on every side.
All right.
We need to lift up our authority
Okay.
and break through that trouble. Forget about the army behind me. That was yesteryear. I don't need protection in the back.
Go ahead.
I need to put on all the armor up front and walk through. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, at that period of time, the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire, through his anger, and the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. That word trouble means that he crushed and confused that army called Satan.
Okay.
Satan's followers come in a pack. 600 of them were sent out in this one.
Right.
But yet we know that there's many more. See, as we sit here in this church, Satan is in the process of trying to figure out how to get to each and every one of us as we sit, if he hasn't already. I'm positive that he didn't want me up here preaching this.
No.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have had to go through what I had to go through just to get here.
Ma.
Y'all have no idea. But yet, Jesus troubled the host of the Egyptians and took off their chariot wheels. The chariot wheels are designed to be mobile. Try riding a bike with no wheels. See how far we get. See, what we thought was a problem ultimately really wasn't the problem that we thought it was. Because what we saw was the outside.
Okay.
But the inside was hollow.
Uh-huh.
It had no substance to stand on. That's why Jesus is able to take the wheels off. So the problem can go nowhere.
All right.
As long as we see him
Uh-huh.
walking through and going forward under the authority.
Ma.
All right.
And so the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. See, Satan is not all that stupid. contrary to popular belief.
That's right.
Satan knows when he's losing a battle.
Uh-huh.
He said to that man with all those demons, don't do away with me yet.
Right.
Okay.
Cast me into those pigs so I can go out and get somebody else. You know, have mercy on me, O Lord. And what did Jesus do? He took out the pigs, took out the demons, cast them into the pigs, and the pigs went flying off on the cliff somewhere. Satan knows when he's a defeated foe.
Okay.
And he knows he's not going to win the war.
Right.
And he knows that many battles he's not going to win. So he knows how to bow out gracefully. That's why he says, uh-oh, the Lord fights for him.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get away from him. When we exercise our authority in Jesus Christ, we can say, get behind thee, Satan. You and I can't say that alone.
All right.
We have to be in Christ. Christ has to be the one under the authority that puts us out there and says, get behind thee, Satan.
All right.
If I try to go out there with all my 20 plus years in martial arts and I get out there and I'm thinking I'm good, I'm going to get knocked out. Because I'm under my own authority. But through Jesus Christ, anything below the knee is mine.
All right.
And the Lord said unto Moses, he says, stretch out thy hand over the sea, that the waters may come upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, upon the horsemen. When we learn that God is in control of all things, not some. Yeah, I listen to the news. No, I don't like when little kids get shot. I absolutely don't. I have 2 small boys of my own. But I know that Jesus Christ is in control of all things. How do I know that, crazy preacher? Because he said, all power has been given unto me.
All right.
Jesus Christ is completely, was, will be, and always has been completely filled with all power. What we need to understand is when we exercise that authority, when we hold out that rod, and we sit there and we divide and break through that sea, that difficulty, that problem, that issue, that beast called Satan, when we hold that thing out there, we can walk on dry ground.
Okay.
And as we walk through dry ground and we get to the other side, we get to the other side, we get to the other side, the sea closes.
Yes, sir.
And all the evil that once pursued us will be washed away.
All right.
Drowned with no wheels. No way to get to us. Because Jesus is going to close the sea up.
All right.
But we're so fixed in on what's not. What should have been. What could have been. Don't dwell on 2012. Seize our dream in 2013. That's what we need to do. Focus in on the one who created.
Okay.
Sometimes the problem is allowed so that we may be able to stand strong and see the glory of the Lord walk us through. We just need to hold that authority, put it out there, and say, Lord, break me through. I don't care how high it is. I don't care how hard it is. Break me through this problem so that you may close it up behind me and I will be on the other side and say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. God bless you.